Hey, what is up, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku, formerly known as Team Gohan Fighter, back with another video. And today, I'm going to do my review of RWBY Volume 4, Season 4, Episode 11, Chapter 11, Review Taking Control. So, there was a little bit of everything in this episode for all the people that are in the, all the main people in the season, and they kind of really were setting again up for something better. I feel like this season has been more about trying to build up for the next season more than the actual this season alone. This season more feels like they're building towards something for next season because I think there's only a couple more episodes left. So that's what it feels like they're going for, because I think at the end of the season we're going to see something. At the end of this season we're going to see something shocking. But then it's going to be a standstill or whatever, and it's going to go into the next season, because that just feels like what this is. We open up this episode with basically the villains. Cinder is she's not talking. She's doesn't really a mystery. You got the boss, basically on her all the time, and because she's using her attacks and stuff like that, fighting off these Grimms, and she'd be like, don't you want power? Aren't you going to take your eyes, and actually use them now? Then you got the villain that comes in that was supposed to capture RWBY, and he's like, didn't get the job done, but he then says, but I did poison, Crow, but she doesn't like that, and she's like still pissed, and he says you're disgraceful, and she doesn't do anything. I was expecting her to do something to him, but she didn't. And then after that, he just started attacking like this Grimm and just started beating the living crap out of it. Now there was then Cinder was just like she just looked like all paranoid from it. It was really weird, because I know she kind of got screwed up because of RWBY for the silver eyes, but I mean, she's still supposed to be a villain. And it's really weird that, she seems like she's not really interested in, doing what she used to do. And so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Cinder. I've seen some people think that Cinder might be turning into Prince Zuko from Avatar, which would be really weird, because I don't think that's the case at all here. Cinder was always a villain from the beginning. That wanted the power. So I don't think that's what the case is here. I do think there's something wrong with her on why she doesn't want to somewhat fight anymore. But I can't really pinpoint what's going on with Cinder. Maybe in the coming episodes they'll talk about what's going on with her more. But really, right now, it's just kind of her character's kind of in loophole right now on what she is right now currently, or what her stancing is right now with the villains right now, basically. So yeah, that's where that basically goes. So then they go to Weiss, and Weiss is basically trying to leave her home, and getting help from the butler, and eventually he has to leave, to occupy something else. He was going to meet her at the front later on. To get to a scene where basically, there's a door, basically her father's office. He's arguing. One of the, the boss of, like, basically, everything, I believe. I forget what he was. He was well, no, he's like the head of he's like head of, like, the decisions for all the borders and the schools and stuff, or I think it was. It's been a while since we've really seen him really do that much, since, like, the first couple of volumes. But he was arguing basically with Weiss's father, and so he's just like, we're closing up the borders. Winter, which, for anyone who doesn't know, Winter is Weiss's older sister. He was just basically like, she gave me the tip, and he even alluded to that you stole my daughter. Well, guess what? He's about to steal another daughter from him inadvertently. Because Weiss is gonna basically Weiss is gonna be going after her sister. She's gonna try to, like, find where Winter is. We'll see what happens with that. After all that stuff was made, because he was like, "Oh, you are closing up the borders, not the councilman or whatever." And he basically gives the talk. This is what has to be done. And you can't stop me, basically. So as he's about to leave the room, Weiss, who's right there, who overhears it, she actually puts, she uses her aura to basically put a lock on the door, basically, so he can't get out. And he's like, "It's locked." And he's like, "What do you mean it's locked?" Because the Weiss's father's like, "What's going on?" She walks downstairs. She meets up with the butler. Butler has some weird red eyes for a couple seconds. I don't exactly know what that was, but then he ends up hugging her, and then after that she leaves, and she's gone. She's gone. She's gone, people. So she's gonna try to meet up with Winter, basically. We'll see what goes on with that. So Weiss will not be most likely meeting up with the RWBY gang right now, because obviously she's made it clear she wants to meet up with Winter. So that's where she's going. So that's gonna be really interesting, because that kind of ruins the theory of, like, her meeting up with, like, everyone else meeting up, like, at the end of the season. That was something I thought might happen. But that's probably not what's going to happen now, with Weiss moving on to trying to find her sister. So after that scene ends, then we go to Yang and her father. And Yang basically spray paints her new robotic arm. And she's got her old, punching arm, thing that, she uses, through her aura and stuff. So she spray paints it yellow. It looks really good. And then she, pulls off a cover, of her motorcycle. Wasn't it called the Bumblebee? Yeah, it was. She got the Bumblebee motorcycle up in here. She pulls it out, and then she, her father's like, her father was like, "I don't remember saying that you could leave," Is like, and then Yang gives the little smirk, answer, that we finally get to hear. Is like, you gonna try stopping me? And so then he just basically asks the question, is, who are you going to go see? And they basically, say, I know you wanted to see your mother. And then he also alludes to RWBY. So and that's kind of where that cuts off. The scene kind of cuts off really shortly after that, so they don't really tell you where Yang's going, if she's going to like find her mother, or she's going to try to go after her sister. Um, so we'll see where that goes with Yang. I'm hoping that she meets up with Ruby. That's what like. I'm hoping she goes after Ruby, like, because I think I don't know. Something tells me there's something coming with that in the next coming episodes. She might need Yang. Um, so then we go to Blake and Sun, and Sun is basically complete. Like, he's just laying on the couch, and when he gets up, but then after that, Blake, basically is the pep talk. This is why I left. I didn't want anyone to get hurt, and Son basically says, don't do this, because like I would have done it anyways. Anyone else would have done it, because we're your friends, basically. Giving the friendship talk. This is what friends do. Protect one another. So, don't say that. And then there was the funny scene with the father and the mother, and like they're behind the door overhearing everything, and the door breaks down. Kind of what happened in a couple episodes with Son. Basically, seeing what they overhearing what was it called? It's called Black Sun shipping. Um, basically overhearing it, which I thought was kind of funny. Another ship moment, really, right there, interacting. Um, but I thought it was a really good thing, little kind of cool little thing they put in there. Um, then he basically the mother basically says we need to talk to both of you, and he basically says you had the right to be worried. They are trying to overthrow the White Fang or whatever, and so that's what they're trying to do. And Sun was basically like, not if we get to them first. So now the father basically believes Sun. Well, so I'm wondering if he still hates him. Because how many episodes he said this season, like, I hate you, like. So like, that was kind of funny. Um, then we get to pretty much the final part of the episode, which basically shows Ren and Nora. Basically showing them where they are. They're running, back to the village that John and Ruby are at. And so they turn around and they're like, why are you guys here? Like, so they don't know why they're here. And then you basically see this Grimm, with sticks in his back or whatever, and he just starts roaring and stuff, and Ren just like goes kind of mental and's like, oh, not again. So this might have been the Grimm that like attacked them like when they were like kids, as we seen in the flashback the previous episode. Um, so we don't exactly know what's going on there. Uh, but we'll probably see that in the next episode. We got a big fight on our hand. And like I said, and this is why I allude to the fact that I'm hoping Yang is coming to like, kind of aid it, because I have a feeling that this is gonna be like some not ordinary Grimm, and obviously Crow's out of commission right now. So I'm kind of thinking that one of these guys are gonna have to like come, and since Yang was basically, they kind of the father alluded to Yang, the mother and Ruby. I'm kind of thinking that Yang is going to assist like RWBY, like they're gonna like get into a pickle and they're gonna need more help, and so Yang's gonna come like and kind of help them along the way. This was kind of put together in like a 4 type part scene type thing where everyone was at, so everyone kind of got screen time in this episode. I think there's 2 more episodes left, if I'm not mistaken, for RWBY, and we'll see where those episodes go. Like I said, I kind of got an idea of I think where this is going. Obviously, we know Weiss is going after Winter. We don't exactly know what Blake and Sun are going to do. I'm assuming they're going to still be where they are, because, they found out this information that, yes, there are people that are trying to take over the White Fang. So, they're probably going to stay there. Yang, we don't know exactly where she's going, whether she's going after her mother or she's, going after RWBY. I think she's going to go after RWBY to assist them because I think they're going to need help against this Grimm. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think Yang's going to meet up with them. But it's up for interpretation at this point. And again, the biggest mystery coming out of this episode really, besides of what direction Yang's going, is really what's going on with Cinder. And the thumbnail for this episode is Cinder, looking like all scared. And she was all scared when, pretty much everyone was like attacking Grimm, or, she was, even when she was, attacking Grimm, and passing out her strength, she was like, kind of scared. So there's one little mystery about Cinder right now that is really interesting. I do not think she's Zuko. And I'm not willing to bet that she's going to turn into an anti-hero right now, because I've seen a lot of comments that people are thinking that she's going to turn into an anti-hero. I don't see that happening right now. But I mean, I just don't know where she's. I do not know where Cinder's going right now. I do not know what direction she's going in. I don't know. I do not know where Rooster Teeth is taking the character right now. Because the way she acted throughout the entire, first, 3 seasons, I couldn't imagine her turning good right now, or trying to be good. I just can't see that. There would have to be a really good explanation for it, because right now, I don't see it. But, I know she is kind of scared, but I mean, that could just be because she's kind of crippled because she doesn't have a voice anymore or something like that. So she might hesitate now to, use her powers, basically. I mean, that could be the thing. That could, 'cause she's got a scar too. That could be the reason. I don't exactly know. But the way she acted for the first 3 seasons, I can't see her turning into an anti-hero. There's no real indication of it. I just think she just lost her confidence, essentially, in herself, is what this comes down to. But it's up to interpretation at this point. And I think we're going to get a good idea in the next couple episodes, before this volume ends. I think we're going to really know where she's at. And we'll see. But right now, that's what I think about Cinder, and everything else that's going on. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video, subscribe, and yeah, that's about it. If you like my contents, please support me with the Patreon. I have put that link in the description box as well. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, formerly known as Team Gohan Fighter, and I'm out of here. Peace!